Everyone remembers Steve McQueen's Highland green Mustang from Bullitt. But what about the sinister black Dodge Charger it was chasing? The car driven by the hitman remains Hollywood's forgotten villain, yet it was just as crucial to creating the greatest car chase ever filmed. What if I told you the Charger was actually faster than McQueen's Mustang? That the real driver was a legendary stunt coordinator, not the actor? And that one of the two Chargers used has been missing for over 50 years? Today we're counting down 25 untold facts about the villain's Charger in Bullitt that will change how you see this iconic chase. So buckle up, and let's dive into the untold story of Hollywood's most underappreciated movie car. Number 25. 2 or possibly 3 Chargers were used for filming. Warner Brothers purchased at least a 1968 Dodge Charger RTs for the movie, though there's debate about whether a third existed. Stuntman Lauren Janes claimed in a 2011 interview that 3 Chargers were originally acquired for production. One car served as the camera car, used for close-ups and interior shots with the actors. The other performed all the dangerous stunts, jumps, and high-speed driving. The cars came from a Chrysler dealership in Glendale, California, specially ordered for the film. Having multiple identical cars was standard practice for action movies, ensuring production could continue if one was damaged. The debate about a possible third car continues among Bullitt enthusiasts to this day. Some believe it was used for specific shots, while others think only two ever existed. Regardless, at least one Charger didn't survive the brutal filming schedule. Number 24. Originally blue and yellow, then repainted black, here's something most fans don't know. Those menacing black Chargers weren't black from the factory. Dodge didn't offer black as a factory color option for the 1968 Charger. The two cars purchased for Bullitt were originally painted blue and yellow. Production decided the villains needed a more sinister-looking vehicle, so both Chargers were completely repainted black before filming began. The transformation from bright factory colors to that intimidating gloss black was crucial to the car's on-screen presence. Black made them look dangerous, mysterious, perfect for hitmen chasing a cop through San Francisco. The paint job also helped the cars photograph better during night scenes and in shadows. That aggressive black color became so iconic that many people today assume all 68 Chargers came in black. The repaint was one of the smartest visual decisions the production made. Number 23. Both had 440 Magnum engines, not Hemis. For decades, car enthusiasts assumed the Chargers were packing 426 Hemi engines. Wrong. Both cars came equipped with 440 cubic inch Magnum V8 engines, rated at 375 horsepower. These were serious big block motors, but not the legendary Hemi that moper fans worship. Why not use Hemis if they were more powerful? Simple economics. Hemi cars were expensive, rare, and hard to find parts for during production. The 440 Magnum was Chrysler's workhorse big block, cheaper, and more available. Plus, the engines were left largely unmodified from factory specs. The production didn't need to spend money building race motors. The stock 440 had plenty of power for the chase scenes and enough reliability to survive 3 weeks of brutal high-speed filming. That deep rumbling exhaust note you hear in the movie. Pure 440 Magnum music. Number 22. Bill Hickman drove and acted as the hitman driver. The man behind the wheel of the Charger wasn't just an actor, he was Hollywood royalty. Bill Hickman portrayed one of the two hitmen in the film and did all his own driving during the chase sequences. This wasn't some actor learning to drive fast for a movie role. Hickman was already a legendary stunt driver and coordinator with decades of experience. He'd worked on everything from The Wild One to Rebel Without a Cause. He was even James Dean's personal driver and first on scene at Dean's fatal crash in 1955. Steve McQueen specifically requested Hickman for Bullitt because they'd worked together before. Hickman brought authenticity and skill that no actor could fake. In a professional touch that signals the chaos about to unfold, Hickman's character carefully buckles his seatbelt before flooring the accelerator. That simple gesture told audiences this chase would be different from anything they'd seen before. Hickman made the Charger a character itself. Number 21. The Charger was significantly faster than the Mustang. Here's something that might hurt Mustang fans. The villain's car was the superior machine. Years after filming, one of the drivers involved revealed an interesting problem during production. The 440 Magnum produced 375 horsepower compared to the Mustang's modified 390, making around 325. That 50 horsepower advantage, combined with the Charger's better aerodynamics, made it noticeably faster in straight lines. The stunt drivers had to keep backing off the throttle to prevent the Charger from pulling away from McQueen's Mustang. Watch the chase carefully, and you'll see moments where the Charger clearly has more speed. The Mustang had to use driving skill, shortcuts, and clever camera work to keep up. Director Peter Yates even commented on the DVD commentary that the modified Mustangs had trouble keeping pace with the stock 440 Chargers. This wasn't movie magic, this was physics and engineering reality playing out on San Francisco streets. Number 20. The hubcaps kept falling off during the chase. Watch the chase scene carefully, and you'll notice the Charger's hubcaps disappear and reappear throughout. This wasn't a continuity error. The hubcaps were literally flying off during filming from high-speed cornering and brutal jumps. Vehicle supervisor Max Bolchowski admitted they lost a lot of hubcaps on the Charger. Between takes the crew would retrieve them and snap them back on, but they'd fly off again during the next run. Eventually, they just kept filming regardless of which hubcaps were on or off. According to some sources, the Charger lost 6 hubcaps total during the chase. Modern viewers with high-definition copies can track exactly when each one disappears. Number 19. The crew kept replacing hubcaps between takes, creating continuity issues. Max Bolchowski said they would put the hubcaps back on after each take, but supposed it would have been better to just leave them off. The reason they kept flying off was connected to the suspension modifications. Special high-rate rear springs and reinforcements welded under the arms made the car handle punishment, but increased forces that popped hubcaps loose. Each hard landing, aggressive turn, and high-speed run would send another flying. The crew fought a losing battle trying to keep them on. Today, those missing and reappearing hubcaps are part of the chase's charm. They become an unintentional Easter egg for obsessive fans to track throughout the sequence. Number 18. One Charger was completely destroyed in the gas station crash. Only one of the 2 Chargers survived filming. The stunt car met a violent end during the climactic explosion scene. The front end crumpled, the frame bent, the entire structure compromised beyond repair. After filming wrapped, it went straight to the crusher. In 1968, nobody imagined Bullitt would become a phenomenon. The destroyed Charger was just another wrecked stunt car, the cost of realistic action cinema. Today, knowing Bullitt Mustangs sell for millions, it seems insane they junked it. That Charger sacrificed itself for one of cinema's most memorable explosions. Its death created a finale audiences still discuss 50 years later. Number 17. The Charger actually missed the gas station in the final crash. Watch that crash carefully, and you'll see the Charger doesn't actually hit the building. It completely misses and tumbles into dust behind the structure. For safety, they couldn't put a driver inside for this stunt. They attached the Charger to one of the Mustangs with a release mechanism that would let it roll freely toward the target. Without a driver to steer, it went off course and missed entirely. Multiple cameras at different angles captured the miss. Through clever editing, they made it look like a direct hit. Only one take was possible since they were destroying a car and rigging explosives. The editing team made that miss look convincing through pure skill. Number 16. The camera car and stunt car had completely different specifications. Sharp-eyed viewers can spot differences between the 2 Chargers throughout the chase. The camera car wore wide Goodyear custom power cushion tires, while the stunt car had narrow F70 14s. The steering wheels differed too, with the camera car having wood grain and the stunt car using standard. Interior shots reveal a column shifter in some scenes and floor-mounted manual in others. The camera car packed the full RT package with 440 Magnum and for speed manual transmission. The stunt car likely had a 383 V8 with 3-speed automatic. The RT was used primarily for glamour shots, while the less powerful car did dangerous work. These differences are Easter eggs for obsessive fans. Number 15. Filming speeds exceeded 110 miles per hour. The director Peter Yates called for maximum speeds of about 81 miles per hour for safety reasons. But the reality on San Francisco streets was very different. The cars frequently reached speeds over 110 miles per hour during actual filming. These weren't controlled track conditions either. This was real high-speed driving on public streets with civilian traffic nearby. The stunt drivers pushed both the Chargers and Mustangs to their absolute limits. No computer-generated imagery, no speed ramping tricks, no camera undercranking. What audiences saw on screen was real speed captured in real time. The danger was genuine, and the skill required was extraordinary. This commitment to authentic high-speed action is why the chase still holds up today. Number 14. Bill Hickman buckled his seatbelt before the chase began. In one of cinema's most professional touches, Hickman's character carefully buckles his seatbelt before flooring the accelerator. This happened before seatbelt laws were mandatory in California. That simple gesture signaled to audiences that something serious was about to happen. Interestingly, this brief seatbelt scene was the only portion of the entire chase filmed later at a studio in Los Angeles. Everything else was captured on location in San Francisco. The click of that seatbelt became an iconic moment. It told viewers to buckle up themselves because they were about to experience something unlike any chase they'd seen before. That 2-second scene built more tension than most action movies achieve in entire sequences. Number 13. Hickman accidentally hit a camera during filming. The dangers during production were absolutely real. In one shot, Bill Hickman accidentally loses control of the Charger and clips a camera that was fixed to a parked car. This wasn't a planned stunt, it was a genuine mistake that made it into the film. The impact damaged expensive camera equipment and could have injured crew members. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but it demonstrated how thin the line was between controlled stunt work and actual disaster. Hickman was driving at genuine high speeds through tight San Francisco streets with minimal safety equipment. One wrong move could have been catastrophic. The fact that this near miss stayed in the final cut shows how committed they were to authentic action. Even the mistakes looked incredible on camera. Number 12. The chase took 3 weeks to film for under 10 minutes of screen time. The entire pursuit sequence runs 9 minutes and 42 seconds in the finished film. But filming that sequence took 3 full weeks of production. That's an incredible ratio of filming time to screen time. They shot on location throughout San Francisco, closing streets and coordinating with city officials. Multiple takes were required for every shot to get the timing and positioning perfect. Weather had to cooperate. Traffic had to be controlled. Safety protocols had to be maintained. The stunt drivers rehearsed extensively before each take. Cameras had to be positioned at multiple angles to capture the action. All of this logistical complexity for less than 10 minutes of movie. The result justified every hour spent. Those 3 weeks created the most influential car chase in cinema history. Number 11. The surviving camera car was returned to the dealer after filming. Unlike the Mustang, which became famous and tracked by collectors, the surviving Charger simply disappeared. After production wrapped, the camera car was returned to the dealership where it had been purchased. The dealer repainted it yellow, covering the iconic black paint job. Then they sold it to a regular customer who had no idea of its Hollywood history. For decades, nobody knew where the Charger had gone. It became one of Hollywood's ghost cars, famous but invisible. The Mustang got all the attention and glory. The Charger that made the chase possible just vanished into obscurity. Its whereabouts remained a mystery for over 30 years. Unlike McQueen's Mustang, which sold for millions, the Charger's fate was unknown. Hollywood's forgotten villain disappeared without a trace. Number 10. Arnold Welch claimed to find the survivor in 2002. In 2002, a moper fanatic named Arnold Welch purchased a 1968 Charger in Tucson, Arizona that he believed was the Bullitt camera car. The car had only 60,000 miles and hadn't been driven since 1973. During restoration, Welch discovered yellow and black layers of paint underneath the top coat. He also found holes drilled in the trunk floor that could have been for camera rig mounts. There were additional camera mounting holes found at various locations on the body. The Chrysler Historical Museum told Welch he knew more about the car than they could provide. Warner Brothers' archive department said any documents relating to the car would have been lost or destroyed. Without definitive documentation, the car's authenticity remains unconfirmed, but highly probable based on physical evidence. Number 9. The claimed survivor appeared at 2018 Goodwood Festival. The Charger that Arnold Welch restored made several high-profile public appearances over the years. It was featured in the February 2009 issue of Motor Collector's Guide magazine. The car was displayed at the 2011 SEMA Auto Show in Las Vegas. Then in 2018, it appeared at the Goodwood Festival of Speed in England. At Goodwood, the Charger was driven alongside the original Bullitt Mustang, recreating the iconic chase for a new generation of fans. This was the first time both original movie cars appeared together in public since filming ended in 1968. The event drew massive crowds who wanted to see both legends in action. Minus the San Francisco Hills, of course. Number 8. Definitive proof of authenticity was never established. Despite all the circumstantial evidence Arnold Welch discovered, absolute confirmation has never been achieved. Warner Brothers lost all production records for Bullitt decades ago. Without original documentation like build sheets, purchase orders, or studio paperwork, authentication relies on physical evidence alone. The layers of paint match the car's history. The camera mounting holes are in logical locations. The build date of January 1968 fits the timeline, 3 months before filming began. But Hollywood authentication requires ironclad proof, and that doesn't exist for this Charger. Welch himself stated he believes it's the original camera car, but acknowledged he can't prove it definitively. The car exists in authentication limbo, likely genuine, but never officially confirmed. This uncertainty actually adds to its mystique and legend. Number 7. The car was reportedly advertised for $1 million in 2013. After completing the restoration, Arnold Welch listed the Charger for sale with an asking price of $1 million. This was 2013, when the Bullitt Mustang hadn't yet sold for its record-breaking $3.4 million. $1 million seemed ambitious for a car without definitive authentication. The Charger reportedly sold for a way lower price, according to sources in contact with Welch. The exact sale amount was never disclosed publicly. It was later sold by Carlisle Motors of Houston, Texas for an undisclosed price. The car then appeared in Germany at Chrome Cars dealership. Despite the authentication questions, the Charger commanded serious money. Its movie history, even if unconfirmed, made it valuable. Not Mustang valuable, but still a significant piece of cinema history. Number 6. Bill Hickman went on to legendary status in stunt driving. Hickman's work on Bullitt launched him into the upper echelon of Hollywood stunt coordinators. His reputation from the chase scene got him hired by director William Friedkin for The French Connection in 1971. He staged another legendary car chase through Manhattan streets, this time with more civilian traffic for added realism. Hickman doubled for Gene Hackman in the most dangerous stunts, driving at speeds up to 90 miles per hour with Friedkin in the car filming. In 1973, he worked on the 7-Ups, creating yet another landmark chase sequence. Hickman became the go-to driver for realistic high-speed action. His 3 great chases, Bullitt, French Connection, and 7-Ups, remain the gold standard. He died in 1986, but his legacy lives forever in those incredible driving sequences. Number 5. The engines were largely unmodified from factory specs. While the Mustangs required extensive modifications to survive the chase, the Chargers needed minimal work. The suspensions received mild upgrades to cope with stunt demands, but the 440 Magnum engines stayed mostly stock. No racing cams, no high compression pistons, no exotic carburetor setups. The factory 375 horsepower was already more than enough. Vehicle supervisor Max Bulchowski reinforced the frames and upgraded springs, but left the powertrains alone. This was partly practical. Stock parts were easier to replace if something broke. But it also proved how capable the 440 Magnum was right out of the box. The Charger's superiority came from motor engineering, not Hollywood modifications. Sometimes factory muscle is all you need. Number 4. Special rear springs came from Bulchowski's Chrysler connection. Max Bulchowski explained they used special rear springs with a high spring rate, flat without any arch. These springs kept the car low during jumps and hard landings. They were similar to springs Chrysler used in police package cars, which made an excellent combination for stunt work. Bulchowski got these springs from a friend at Chrysler specifically for the film. The police spec components gave the Charger better handling and durability without exotic racing parts. They also had to weld reinforcements under the arms and other stress points on the Dodge. These modifications were invisible on camera, but crucial for surviving 3 weeks of abuse. The professional approach to preparation showed in every frame of that chase. Number 3. The chase redefined what movie car chases could be. Before Bullitt, car chases were staged, unrealistic, and obviously fake. Cars would speed up and slow down for cameras. Stunts looked phony. Rear projection screens were common. Bullitt changed everything with its commitment to real speeds, real locations, and real driving. No obvious camera tricks, no sped-up footage, just skilled drivers pushing cars to their limits. The raw documentary-style approach revolutionized action filmmaking. Every car chase that came after owes a debt to what Hickman and the Bullitt team accomplished. The French Connection, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Bourne Identity, Baby Driver, they all followed this template. The influence extends beyond just movies into how action sequences are filmed across the entire industry. Number 2. Director Peter Yates confirmed the Charger's speed advantage. On the Bullitt DVD commentary, director Peter Yates himself commented on the performance difference between the cars. He noted that even the heavily modified 390 Mustangs had serious trouble keeping pace with the stock 440 Chargers. This wasn't just stunt driver talk or fan speculation. The director watched it happen during filming and confirmed it years later. The Charger's natural speed advantage created real production challenges. They needed the Mustang to look competitive on screen, but physics kept getting in the way. Clever camera work, strategic editing, and McQueen's driving skill helped mask the gap. But anyone paying attention can see moments where that big black Charger is clearly the faster machine. The villain had the better car. Number 1. The Charger remains Hollywood's most underappreciated movie car. Everyone remembers McQueen's Highland green Mustang. It sold for $3.4 million at auction. It's been featured in countless magazines, documentaries, and car shows. Ford even created special Bullitt edition Mustangs to honor it, but the Charger, it disappeared, was forgotten, and remains unverified to this day. Yet that sinister black Dodge was just as crucial to creating the greatest car chase ever filmed. Without Hickman's driving and the Charger's menacing presence, the Mustang chase would be half as memorable. The Charger provided the threat, the speed, the danger that made audiences care. It was the perfect villain, powerful and relentless. 57 years later, it deserves recognition as cinema's forgotten hero. The black Charger made Bullitt legendary. If you enjoyed diving deep into Hollywood's forgotten hero, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss our next video. Drop a comment below telling us which fact surprised you the most, and we'll see you in the next one.